Welcome YouTubers. So this week we're moving on again, and we're moving on now to the fourth and universal principle of alignment from Anusara Yoga. It's all about outer spiral. Okay, so you're going to need a yoga strap and a couple of blocks. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please give this video a like, I would really appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to start today standing. So come up to standing, bring your strap with you. Step your feet outer hip width, and let's just start with a couple of centering breaths. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Lift your chin, open, and be prepared maybe to hear some things that some instructions, some cues that may be new or different. So open to that and listen, see if it makes sense to you. And then gently bring your hands to your heart center. Bow to your own heart, and I bow to you across the screens. Namaste. Well done. Lift your chin, open your eyes. Welcome. Okay, so stand now with your feet. You remember last week we spoke about the magic lines. I had them drawn on my feet. So stand with them underneath your hip points, so your femur bones line up with the patella and the shin and those magic lines. There's a video on the magic lines here, so do have a look at that if you haven't seen that before. And last week we were talking about inner spiral, so bring your hands to your knees, stick your bottom back. Do you remember this energy? The inner spiral energy turns inward and softens inward. But if we overdo that, we need to balance it with outer spiral. That's what we're looking at today. So this soft energy, come up to standing, take your strap, and making sure each end of the strap is even. Take the strap and bring it across your tummy, across your hip bones. All right, and then bring it around behind you. This is a little bit weird. Bring it right behind you, and see how you've got two tails between your legs. Reach down, grab them, and bring them through. You probably need quite a long strap. Feet in hip width apart, okay? And then pull the straps forward and wrap them round. And then sit back into chair pose and pull the straps right the way back. This gives the energy of wrapping this outer hip down. It even starts up at your waistline, pulling the waist back, the leg back. And you remember the spiral of last week? If you can imagine, I had a really long strap. It would wrap round and round and round, and helps take this whole energy of the leg round. I use my glutes, these lovely big bum muscles. Even give yourself a little cough, and that'll lift it up from the inside. Wrap it down. It's a more contractive, strong energy to bring your legs into balance between inner and outer spiral. So firm your outer hips, grip your booty, sit down. Keep pulling on the strap to remind yourself of where that energy wraps. And then memorize it and sweep your arms up and forward into downward dog. Downward dog. Utkatsana, chair pose I meant. Okay, and then bring your hands back to the strap. Keep wrapping the hips back. Come up to standing. So again, as you stand up, this will help firm the outer hips. It will help you stand in your own strength there without losing the inner spiral. The two dance together, inner and outer, come to that neutral place. Okay, and we can feel this in all sorts of poses. So you can take this strap away, but still feel that firming of the outer hip. So come to the top of your mat. Soften, bend your knees just a touch to find the inner spiral, then give yourself a cough. Firm the outer glutes, wrap that outer spiral, come up to standing. Inhale, reach and stretch up. Exhale, bow forward. Oh, I get to smell the roses. Inhale, unfold and extend. And exhale, step back to downward facing dog. And step your feet wide, bend your knees again. So again, as you bend your knees, you'll find the softening of your groins in, back and apart. And then we add the outer spiral on, give yourself a cough. And feel like the hips are wrapping back all the way down, spiraling down. Push the inner heels down, start to straighten your legs. And feel like you're being pulled back faster by your outer hips. Push your hands down and forward. Lift your hips a little higher. And feel that firming, that toning of your outer hips. Take another deep breath in. Inhale, come forward to high plank. Keep it here. Now, if we lose this, we tend to drop the hips. So we still want inner spiral so that you're in a nice straight plank and outer spiral. They play together. Okay, and then bring your knees down to the mat. Come to all fours. Take a couple of cat-cows here. And as you exhale back, you'll feel your groin soften. And go. We want to find that balance in between, the perfect balance between inner and outer. Okay, and then as you spread your hands, we'll find it here in the arms. So last week we looked at rooting down from the elbow down into the L-shaped part of your hand there. And then today from the elbow upwards, we wrap the tricep back. And this is a dance again between the two. If you overdo one, you lose the other. So there's always something to be done in yoga. So see how now I'm wrapping that tricep back towards my waistline. That's your outer spiral of the arm. And then come to downward dog again. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Beautiful. And then look up, stand. So reach your right leg up behind you. Now, if we overdo the outer spiral, my toes will turn out to the side like this. So turn the hip in and still keep the inner spiral going, but tone the back of the leg and the hip. Then they're in balance. Well done. Step your right leg up in between your hands. Back foot comes down and parallel. And then tiptoe your fingers to the top left-hand corner of your mat. Down dog lunge. Inhale, look up. Exhale, creep the hands forward and soften. So different things are required of the legs in this pose. Your back leg, you're going to need to inner spiral it more to keep the thigh bone back. But that will mean your right hip lifts. So you need to draw out a spiral. Give yourself a cough. Tone the right hip down and under like you're trying to scoot that hip to touch your right heel. There's your outer spiral. Keeping your knee over the ankle, and see again how I'm wrapping my triceps down. These are all outer spiral works. Okay, one more breath here. I love down dog lunge. It's fab for the hips, isn't it? Tiptoe your fingers back to frame the right foot, and then step it back to a three-legged dog. Again, reach the right leg back and see if you can find that nuance between inner and outer. So the hip squares. Quite a lot of work to find that. And then bring the leg down. Let's do the other side. Lift your left leg up. Again, I'm showing it here with too much outer spiral. Bring yourself to balance. That's what we want, isn't it? And then step your right foot up in between your hands. Sorry, left foot up between your hands. Back foot goes down and parallel. Bring your fingers out to the top right now. So you'll be able to see my left booty more now. It's my right that needs inner spiral. And my left, see how that lifts? I need to wrap that down. Wrap it down. It goes all the way down. So I feel a firming of the outer foot as well. And again, like in the hands just now, this constant dance. Wrap your triceps down. And hold yourself in downward dog lunge. Okay, take one more breath, lovelies. And then tiptoe your fingers back. Lift the right heel and now sweep your left leg up and back. Look back at the leg. Keep it in balance. Then from the base of your heart, push down your arms as you lower the left leg down. Shine out your bones. Get longer, lift your chin, take another deep breath in. And a long breath out. Beautiful. Bend your knees, step, hop, or fly to the top of your mat. Inhale, extend, exhale, and bow. So really wrap the hips back here so that we don't over inner spiral. Tone your bottom as you inhale, come on up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Release. Well done. And you'll see that when you have the inner and the outer balanced, our spine is in balance, our thighs are back, everything feels a little bit freer and easier and, well set up. Okay, so let's try that in a wide leg, a couple of poses in wide leg stance. It's wide underneath your wrists there. Okay, bring your ankles, bring your hands to your hips. Well done. Turn your right toes to the short edge of your mat. Start to lunge into the leg there. You'll notice we have this tendency to lean in, so exaggerate that for the time being. Lean your torso forward and bring your right elbow to your knee. And as you lean in, you'll really be able to get the left thigh in, back and apart. That's your inner spiral. But see what's happened to your right hip. It's stuck up, just like we did in down dog lunge then. So tuck that under you and find the dance between the two. So left leg inner spirals, right leg outer spirals, wraps on. Find it and come to neutral there. This will make the pose hard work. You can take your right hand and slide it to the floor without leaning on it, just into your fingertips. Squeeze the knee against the elbow and really tuck your right hip under you. That's outer spiral. Then reach top arm up, and wrap your tricep towards your cheek. There's an outer spiral of the arm. Brings you all into a beautiful alignment. Parsvakonasana. Now see if you can keep that as you come up. Bring your torso up to warrior two. Okay, and it doesn't change. You've still got this work. Left thigh back, right hip under, as you re-straighten the right leg and come to Trikonasana as well. So that's the beauty of these principles there. They act and work the same wherever you are, whatever pose, whatever situation you're in. Trikonasana. Left thigh back, right hip tucks under. Then lean your head back, reach up, stretch out. Inhale, come up. Let's try the other side. So turn your right toes in, left toes out. Let's lunge into that front leg there. And then again, start by leaning forward. Then you'll get this idea of wrapping that right thigh in better. Inner spiral, left elbow down. These two are so intricately linked. Okay, and then tuck your left hip under you. It's like you're trying to take this left inner thigh to the side of the room. You can deepen it by bringing your left fingertips to the mat. Right thigh softens, left hip tucks, lift your chest. And then we add on the arms, reach up to Parsvakonasana. Tricep comes, wraps down to your cheek. 3, smile. 2, 1. Then bring your fingertips up, come up, keep the legs, it's all the same work. Virabhadrasana II. See how I'm not shoving this hip forward. That softens in and I'm not sticking my left booty out. That tucks under and there's the dance between the two to come to the midline. Keep it as you straighten your left leg and then around you go to Trikonasana. Your hand could come to a block or your shin. Okay. So again, we don't turn this into a back bend. Keep drawing the right hip back, tucking the left booty under you. You'll feel that more in your hips. Trikonasana, shine it out. Beautiful. And then inhale, come on up, turn your left toes in, bend your knees and step your way up. Let's try that in a pose on the floor. Grab your strap and then we'll try it, the same pose standing up, okay? So take hold of your yoga strap, come lying down. Okay, start with both legs bent and your strap ready to grab, all right? Reach your right leg up and take your hands around the back of the thigh there and push your hamstring into your hand, so away from you. Now the idea is that these work in evenly, so we're not lifting the outer hip or over lifting the inner. See how that aligns your toes? It starts at the feet. So feel like we're working each principle evenly. So push your hamstring back into your hands, relax your head down, and if you can, extend your left leg long, keeping the inner thigh drawing down and the outer thigh. So you're planting evenly through both sides of that foundational leg. Then take your strap into your foot, hold it in your right hand. Nice, strong, straight arm. And then as we lower to the side, we can start to hitch the hip up. So this is where outer spiral really comes in. You can take your right hand and even give yourself a manual adjust to help you wrap that right hip down and away, just like we did with the strap at the beginning, yeah? So wrap it down and over it comes to the side. So remember, it goes all the way down the leg. And it'll feel like you're lifting your right inner heel up and you're turning your toes down. So it starts at the hip and moves all the way down to foot, so outer spiral. You'll feel longer in your right side body. You might be able to take your leg a little bit wider. And don't forget your foundational leg. That needs to stay balanced. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And then slowly inhale, come up even, balanced. Unleash the foot and let's do the other side. I'm going to spin round as always to avoid my wall. You don't have to. Start with both legs bent. Extend the left leg up and put your hands at the back of the hamstring and push it away evenly. Both sides of your thigh push away evenly. So your toes are directly above your face. Extend the right leg again evenly as if you were pressing into your hands again. And then we take the strap into the left foot, hold it in the left hand. Okay. Outer hip wraps back. So maybe you'll notice as you start to bring the foot to the side, this outer hip wants to hitch up. So keep wrapping it. You can again do this manual assist of wrapping the hip round. Your arm gets in the way eventually, but you can start with that. And then try to do it for yourself. Wrap it down. Remember that strap from right at the beginning of this class. Inner heel lifts, toes turn down. So it starts at the hip all the way down to the foot. This spiral of energy. Beautiful. Take one more breath, yogis. And then we're going to try this standing up. Okay, so inhale, bring that leg up. Bend it. And let's come on up to standing now. I'm going to try that. All standing. Let's start with the right foot. I suggest, even if you can get hold of your foot really easily, use a strap today because you'll feel the movement, the rotation of the outer spiral more if you give yourself a bit more space. So I'm going to angle myself just to the side, so hopefully you can see that. And bend the right leg. So this is just like we were when we were laying down. Hold the strap on the inside. Okay, and this is, I start to lose outer spiral if I lift my hip like this. So I'm wrapping the hip down, that's outer spiral. Extend your leg forward and notice if your hip hitches up. That's naughty. Wrap it down. See that? See the difference? Lift it and then round it down, outer spiral down. And then keep that. It'll be hard work. It'll be more work to keep that as you bring your leg to the side. Wrap your right hip down. You might feel more lift in your tummy, more space in your hips. The whole pose feels more delish. Okay, keep it as you bring it back and then re-bend and let it go. Should we try the other side? This, you know, it's like, it is a dance between inner and outer. You want to find, some people will need more inner spiral. I need more outer spiral. That's just my body makeup. We're all different. We're all unique. And that's what's so lovely about these principles. They apply to everybody, but in a different way, a different proportion. So we have to work with them. Let's try the left leg, okay? So bend the leg. Right hand to your hip. So this is, I've lost, is that you? Have you lifted your bum cheek? Wrap it down and imagine it like a spiral going right down to your foot. Extend the leg, give yourself more strap if you need to. And again, look, I've lost it. And now I wrap it. See again? I've lost it. You try it. And now wrap it. And then you can add on to the side. Notice again, if I'm turning or leaning, I've lost my outer spiral. So wrap it back for 3, 2, 1, and then gently bring it back. Bend the knee and let it go. Well done. One more pose. Back down on the back, and then I'll give you Savasana. Okay, so let's try this. Bring, again, like we did before, make sure the straps are even across the front of your hip bones, round behind you like a tail, and grab them. And then come down without doing yourself an injury. Come down, lying on your back. So you've still got your tail, all right? So we're going to do a bridge pose, all right, with a tail. Okay, so center your feet, inner edges of the feet down, and soften your groins. That's inner spiral of last week. And then start to come up, come up, come up. Separate the strap, one in each hand. Scoot your shoulders under, and then use the straps to help wrap and feel a sense of firming, not overdoing it. We want it in balance, inner and outer, affirming to your bum. So yes, you engage your glutes and your hips, but not too much. So it feels easeful. You might be able to scoot your shoulders under you a bit more. Another little pull with the strap, and then let that go. See if you can do it without the strap doing it to you. Maybe grab the side of the mat and wrap your triceps down. Lift your hips, lift your chin, take a deep breath in. So both sides of your thighs, inner and outer hips, are lifting evenly. Lift up one more breath. And then exhale and lower. Super. You can take that strap away. Don't need it anymore. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Allow your knees to go wide. And this is where you'll feel those outer hips tuck under you. So in this pose, we need a lot more outer spiral. Supta Badaconasana. Arms by your hips or over your head if that's more comfy. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Give yourself a little cough and turn your bum just a bit. Don't grip. Beautiful. And then gently, slowly extend your legs. Release your hands down beside you. If you want to hear more about these principles, join me in hour-long classes online. I'll put the link for you to find after your beautiful Savasana. Stay as long as you want. Namaste.